Hey, this is James Pelton, and I have today for you another node project, another AMA, another team that I really like. I'm starting to wonder from these AMAs if non-likable people exist in the world, because pretty much every AMA, I really like the team, and I'm kind of a sucker, I guess, for like nice people, because then I go and buy into all these projects a bunch. Same here. So this is called Vapor Finance, and there's a couple things that they're another kind of DeFi as a service project. There's a few things that I would say set them apart a little bit, and we'll watch our AMA here in just a little bit. But the first thing is that they don't have different tiers of nodes like a lot of the projects do. You can get in for a minimum of 1,000 Vapor, and you can do really anything above that. So that's a lower entry point than a lot of projects. 1,000 Vapor, it's sitting at 0.04916 right now. So you're looking only at about $50 for the lowest tier to get into Vapor nodes. So that's pretty cool. I think putting in $5,000 for a strong node is kind of out of reach for a lot of people. And maybe you could afford it, but you wouldn't be able to diversify at all. Like if you're only investing $7,000, it's kind of a bummer if you have to put $5,000 of that into strong, because then you can't really diversify. So I like that about Vapor, that $50 for the initial buy-in. Another thing that they do that's very interesting is they have a few bonuses. So it's a 1% daily ROI. So that's, pretty similar to Drip and to Strong and to some of those. But then they have a couple of bonuses that you can get. So the first bonus is it's called the Diamond Hands bonus. And it's basically if you go for 3 days without claiming, so if you just compound for 3 days, you get 1.05%. If you go for 7 days without claiming, you get 1.2%. If you go for 15 days, you get 1.4%. So that's, if you just are compounding, you can get to bigger numbers quicker with their Diamond Hands bonus. Then another thing that I think is really interesting is they have this compound bonus. And I didn't really realize this until I talked to the team. But for smaller people, so if you have between 1,000 and 4,999, so basically if you have in less than $250, so $50 to $250, you get an extra 25% bonus. Then that's like $250 to $500, you get 15%, and from $500 to $1,000, you get a 10%. So this is kind of the opposite of a lot of the other node projects. A lot of the other node projects, if you buy a bigger node, you get a bigger bonus, right? But for this, and if you get a smaller node, you get less. But this is different. They've flipped it on its head, where if you're bigger, you actually get the lowest percentage. And if you're just starting out, you get a 25% bonus, so you get 1.25%. And then actually, if you combine the compound bonus with the Diamond Hands bonus, you can be getting 1.65%. So I kind of like that they did this. Because of this, Vapor nodes might have moved its way as my favorite node projects for people who are starting out. Okay, so if you're looking for, hey, what node project should I get into first? Well, I might put Vapor at the top there. And here's how some of the numbers work out right now. So like if you put in, I can't remember exactly how much I have in, about 18K. But I have the Diamond Hands bonus, so I get 1.4%. So if you compound that for a month, you're getting about 50% return a month. Okay, and I talk with them in the AMA about sustainability issues. So you can listen to their answer on that. But this is just with compounding. If I claim through the month, I like to do a half claim, half compound. But I can't really do that with, no, that's not right. I can't really do that here, or else it cuts my return down quite a bit, because if I'm claiming, I'm only getting 1% instead of 1.4%. And then if you put in $245 under the threshold there for the bottom tier, you can actually get like a 63% return with Diamond Hands plus the extra compound bonus. So very, very cool project for new people starting up. And their team is fully doxxed. Don't have to worry about a rug pull. At least I hope not. I just talked with the team and I really liked them. So if they rug pulled, that would be very depressing for me. It would make me question my judgment of character. Another thing that we're going to do, I should have mentioned this at the beginning maybe, but we're going to do a giveaway. This is from the Vapor team. but a giveaway for a 10,000 Vapor node. So 10,000 times 0.4859. So this node is worth about 500 bucks. Okay, so very nice of the Vapor team to put that together for us. So enough of me talking. We'll get to the AMA. Stick around for the end of the video. I'll talk about the giveaway, and also I'll show you how to get started with Vapor nodes. But without further ado, here is Vapor. All right, well, if you guys want to start out by just kind of introducing yourself and then maybe a little bit of background as to where you came from before this and then how you got into Vapor nodes.
All right. So I'm Tom Ehrlich. I co-founded VaporFi with Jose here. My background is in the automotive industry. I've been in like 12 years now. I run dealerships. I manage them, all the sales, marketing, everything like that. And the reason I got in is because I've been in crypto since like 2016, and I've been in so many different projects, but I've never led a project. And I look at them and I'm like, man, that project has got a great marketable name. It's got, they've got a lot of great ideas, but they don't market it well. And I said to, myself, when I wanted to start a project, I said, I can market it better than I can these guys that are running projects. And my philosophy for marketing is kind of take a look at what everybody else is doing and try to do something different. Because if you do what everybody else is doing, you're just going to blend in. You're not going to stand out. You're not going to give people a reason to say, oh, wow, I've never seen that before. They're doing something different. I'm going to go after them. And it was really just a matter of, I was looking for somebody to start a node project because I had gotten into Thor and I had gotten into other ones. And Jose had a message on Twitter. It's like, I want to start like a node project. And I reached out to him and I said, you build it and I'll market it. And that's how we got started.
Very cool. Yeah, I think one of the things that stood out to me when I was just looking at Vapor Finance a little bit was I think you guys are the only ones that have a referral program.
Yep.
That I've seen. And I think that's really smart. I've talked to Strong since the beginning. Hey, why don't you guys have a referral program of some kind? And I think people like steer away from that because it seems, MLM or something like that. But what made you decide to go that direction, and how does your referral program work, and has that been successful for you guys?
Jose, you can take that one.
Yeah, so our referral program right now is fairly simple because we are paying a 5% commission on the nodes created by the people using your referral link. And for all the nodes, the only requirement is that you need to at least own one node before inviting people. Yeah, I think the community loves it because they already been inviting friends and now they get rewarded, right?
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people are, is they want to get other people involved, but it's quite a bit of work to like get your dad to set up and so like a referral program makes it kind of, I don't know, love for your father should be good enough, but the referral program like makes it more worth it to put in that effort. So I think that's really interesting. I guess next question is, with kind of the big thing people are concerned about are rug pulls and things like that. So where are you guys at? What's your philosophy around doxing and KYC, and where is you and your team at with that?
Yeah, so we doxed Jose right off the bat before we even launched. And it's because we launched at such a bad time with Ring and all these other projects that were just rugging the market. And we said we want to be as transparent as possible. So we doxed Jose from the get-go. And then Jose, I doxed like 3 weeks ago.
Right.
And then for our upcoming Vapor chain, we've partnered with Assure DeFi, with Assure. And we're also going to be, KYCing with them because, like I said, we're doxed, but we also, if we're asking people to go through the KYC process in order to launch on Vapor Chain, we want to see what they go through and through Assure DeFi. So it was important to us from the get-go to be as transparent as possible. We feel that gives people more confidence in the project. But like you said, there's so many projects out there that aren't doxing, aren't KYCing, aren't locking liquidity. aren't getting their contracts audited, and people are still losing money, and it's so frustrating. After everything that went on in December, to see people still going that route. But we can't control that, so we have to be as transparent and forward as possible on our end.
Yeah, totally agree. So I appreciate even you guys, just your faces on here. I think is a good sign.
I mean, people are finding what like my height and weight was when I played college soccer, and like Jose is getting messages on his LinkedIn and stuff like that. It's funny, but it is what it is. And that, like I said,
it is
we
what
don't
it
have
is.
anything to hide. That's why we're here.
Right. That's awesome. So you talked about Vapor Chain. Tell me about that. I'm not familiar, so I'm not in your Discord like paying super close attention. So tell me a little bit about Vapor Chain, what you have going on with that.
We purchased our first validator node, I think it was a month ago. And we did that because we already saw the potential of the Avalanche subnets. So basically, Avalanche is trying to do something different. They are building the engine for owning your own blockchain, and the only requirement is to have the validator node. The validator node is signing, or processing all the transactions, is part of the Avalanche consensus. And since we have this vision of like improving the overall crypto space, because we are sick of so many people getting wrecked. We wanted to build this blockchain of trust. So only good people with good intentions, willing to KYC and docs themselves, that's a must for us before they intend to go into the Vapor chain. So we will have our own chain because we own right now 2 validator nodes. So besides having the KYC, only KYC projects, we will also have like a better blockchain, because we are customizing the Ethereum virtual machine. Is going to be faster and is going to be cheaper as well. And we are going to help support. So we'll have 2 projects, the Vapor nodes and the Vapor chain, but the Vapor chain is going to feed back into Vapor nodes.
Gotcha. So it's Vapor,
and you'll get an airdrop. So we'll be hopefully soon announcing a snapshot date of those that hold nodes, not the token, because people, you know how that is. People buy the token and dump both, but no, we'll be doing a snapshot of the nodes, and we haven't figured out what the airdrop will be yet in terms of ratio, but everybody that holds a node will get airdropped to Vapor chain.
Very cool. So is there going to be a new token then for Vapor?
Yeah, because it's completely different blockchain. So it's a subnet of Avalanche, and like Jose said, it'll be faster, fully customizable, less congested than Avalanche. And Avalanche is pushing for people to create subnets. Like it's they call it their secret weapon.
Sure.
So we're excited, but that's like the next big push here.
Yeah, that's very cool. So are the Vapor nodes going to be moved over to the Vapor chain then?
No, I don't think so. They'll just feed each other back and forth.
Okay.
Vapor nodes is still going to be, our focal point, and Vapor chain is gonna work to kind of just make a bigger ecosystem, a global network, and help us onboard projects. Because even if people want to onboard on the Vapor chain, but they don't want to be involved with Vapor nodes, we still have exposure to more money, which will bring more profits to the ecosystem and will help us pay back our community.
Yeah, that's very cool. I think that's super unique. That was my next question, which you kind of answered it, but when you talk about, so for my investors, some people have the liberty of they can get into every node project. So it's like, oh, I'll go buy a bunch of Thor nodes, I'll buy some strong nodes. Some people kind of have to pick. They have like, okay, I've got $3,000. I got to decide on one project. So if you were talking to somebody who had $3,000 and they're trying to decide which node to go through, and they're looking at all the resources available, what would you tell them? What would you say would set Vapor apart from all the other ones?
I think we're the only project I know of out there that are actually paying higher rewards to the lower tiered nodes. Yeah, our rewards aren't 4 or 5% like some of these projects, but we all know those aren't going to be sustainable. Um, and I think we're the most transparent that I've seen. We're both doxed. Our contracts are all published. Our wallets are published. We do snapshot voting for our treasury deposits. Um, I think we're the first, or well, I guess the second after Strong to announce that we'll be coming out with our own chain. And I think we plan on innovating in a lot of different ways than most projects. We want to invest in off-chain investments, such as buying laundromats and car washes and apartment buildings. And once those are fully paid for and everybody's paid off of those, like all of our workers, we want to send those profits back to our community. And that's we'll be getting exposure to people that don't want exposure to crypto, but we'll be getting their money and bringing it into crypto. So that's a whole other aspect that we'll get into down the line. But we've got grand plans, and we're going to continue to add to our team so we can make them become a reality.
That's very cool. Can you talk a little bit more about this paying smaller nodes, the higher return? I saw some announcement about it, but again, I'm not like super familiar. Is that a recent change, or is that from the beginning?
Yeah, what was it? Last week, Jose, we went live?
Yes, 1 week. It's been a week since we did the update. So the idea here is that so basically in all the projects, the whales usually take most of the profit. Of course, they take more risk and more exposure. But it's really difficult for this small investor to grow to grow their investment, right? So we thought, how can we give a better chance to the small investor in a sustainable way, but without letting people abuse the system? So for small nodes, what we offer is what we call the compound bonus. So we have our base daily APR, which is at 1%. But if you have a small node from 1,000 to 5,000, you are getting on top of that a 25% bonus when you compound. So it's not something that you're going to take when you are claiming your nodes, claiming your rewards. But when you compound, you're adding, basically your node is going to grow much faster, right? And that is for helping you get in there, right?
So I think the idea behind it was we looked at actually Thor, and we saw that the majority of their nodes were some of the smaller nodes like Heimdall. And we said, all right, well, that's our customer base. And if we can make that base grow bigger, there's going to be a chance for more success, because we all know that these projects are successful by bringing more and more people in. And so we said that will strengthen our base if we're able to pay the lower nodes a higher reward. I don't think anybody else does it. So you're more likely to tell somebody about it if that's what a project's doing.
Sustainability is kind of one that people are pretty concerned about. Do you have anything else that you'd say sets you apart or makes you feel real confident about the sustainability going forward?
I would say just that, we're always looking at it. We're always playing with the math. The community is super involved in wanting sustainability. They're not like, oh, can you raise the rewards, which happens in a lot of communities, but it's an ongoing discussion. And like Jose said, we're going to have to implement fees if we're going to build such a broad global network that we want to build, which a lot of those fees will also go towards buybacks. We talked about today that we will eventually want to create daily buybacks, and those rewards will just get sent right to the rewards pool, which that's where everybody's rewards come from. So we have a lot of, I'd say that's probably our main discussion all the time is sustainability. But yeah, the fees are going to have to go there just like everybody else is doing, but it's really just to build the project.
It makes me feel good about sustainability going forward that the whales that you do have are committed to the community. They're not interested in dumping.
Yeah.
Like they're wanting to work with you with OTC and other ways to keep things going. So that makes me feel really good about sustainability. So what are your plans for the future? You talked about Vapor Chain. What else do you have kind of on the roadmap for Vapor itself? And what would you say you're most excited about on the upcoming roadmap?
That's a tough one. I'll let Jose take that. But I mean, everything for me, Vapor Chain and an Anchor protocol type platform, and like we said, maybe a WhatsApp type decentralized messaging application. But I'll let Jose go a little more in depth. He's a lot more technical than I am.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are a small team of developers. We are four, including me, and it can get tricky to balance between all the cool stuff we want to do on Vapor nodes, but we are also building the Vapor chain, and the Vapor chain is really demanding because you also have to have the all the basic tools before any other project wants to go and build on the Vapor chain, because you need to have your own DEX, you need to have a way of bridging the tokens, and then we are also thinking so much about all the opportunities, some crazy ideas we had with NFTs, but we want to do something unique, as Tom said. We don't want to do the same thing like NFT marketplace for images collections. We would like to do something on the ebook side, right? So I think no one is trying to go into ebooks with NFTs, and since we know the power of the subnet, we are understanding the power of the subnets. We were debating on building this decentralized messaging platform. I know I was talking with Tom. I know Telegram is trying to do something similar, but in this case, what we want is to have the messages encrypted inside the blocks. So all the messages are going to be on the blockchain. That's something we want to explore, experiment. That's like months ahead. Right now, our focus is Vapor nodes and Vapor chain, but I'm really excited that the team is like, wow, they have crazy ideas, and it's amazing. And now that I'm full-time working on Vapor, I'm super happy at all the things that we are working on.
Yeah, I can tell you're excited. So good. That's a good sign when the developer is excited about the new things building. So, all right. Well, that's pretty much all I have. Let me, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have. Is there any announcements you want to make, or anything else that you want to share? Any last words?
No announcements. I just think that we have so much coming that we're excited about, and we're just going to continue to build endlessly. A lot of these projects, we hope are going to be here, for years along with us. I mean, we plan on being here until we've got to sell the project, or until we have to hand it off to somebody else, that we bring onto the team. But like I said, we're just going to continue to build endlessly and innovate, and try to stay as liquid as possible, so to speak, in terms of being flexible with what's coming out in crypto.
I think my community is going to really like it. One thing I like too about Vapor nodes is there's not really a minimum to get in, because that's like, people went into strong, but they're like, I don't want to put $4,000 in right off the bat, and so I like that. And then you help people once they start small. You help them to quickly get bigger. That's pretty cool too. So definitely like a great starting out node project, I would say. There's a chance I might move Vapor nodes as if you're just starting out, might be the best node project to start with. And then you can maybe, grow a little bit, then you can branch out from there if you want to. So really appreciate that. Appreciate your guys' time and effort that you put into it.
Thank you so much, James. Tom, I think we're having issues hearing you, but I also want to add that I've been a subscriber of your channel even before Vapor, so I'm really glad to be here talking to you today.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate the support. So it's one of my favorite things about YouTube is I just get to meet a lot of people from different countries. And again, I'm from Nebraska, so I don't meet anybody pretty much. So yeah, this has been awesome. Great to meet you guys, and good luck with your project. And reach out if you ever need help. If you guys want, if you have like super big announcements you want to make, or just want to do an AMA in the future, let me know, and I'll try to work something in. So yeah, we can't hear you, but I can read your lips, Thomas. You said thanks for having us, so I got you. I got you. So hope you feel better. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'll have to get one of those. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to hit up your merch store and get set up. So that's awesome. So thank you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you, James. Bye-bye.
See ya. Thanks again to the team at Vapor for taking the time to sit down and talk with me. That just helps me. I like these AMAs because I found sometimes I look through things, but sometimes I'm wrong about what I read and I miss out on things. Like I didn't realize about this compound bonus. But when you talk to the owners, you don't get anything wrong. So I really enjoy doing that. So first off, if you'd like to get started with Vapor nodes, they tell you down here, but you're going to need to buy some Vapor off Trader Joe. So what you're going to need to do is get some Avalanche, some AVAX. And you can buy AVAX almost everywhere now. AVAX is one of the most readily available tokens. You can get it on Binance, you can get it on Coinbase, you can get it on FTX, you can get it on Kraken. You can get it on KuCoin, but KuCoin's AVAX withdrawal takes a long time. So I'm actually steering away from KuCoin just for AVAX. I don't know why, but everything else is fast. But for some reason, their AVAX withdrawal is slow. But go ahead and buy some AVAX, and then you're going to want to send it to your Metamask. So again, copy in your Metamask address, send your AVAX to your Metamask address. Then you're going to go to Trader Joe. And actually, they have a link down here, Buy VPND, which basically takes you to Trader Joe with the output currency of Vapor nodes already filled in. Okay, so this is the contract address. And if you're ever wanting to transfer to a coin that isn't by default available in an exchange, you can just paste the contract address. And they'll go, oh, you're talking about Vapor. But then you're going to go here. And then you're going to just say however much you want. Like let's say I have some MIM. We'll say $100 a MIM to get me 2029 Vapor. Or I can say I want 1,000 Vapor. That's the minimum. So it's going to be $49. Then you're going to go ahead and swap it. Then you come to the Vapor dashboard. And they have a few cool things in here. They have a merch store with some cool stuff. I might get hooked up with a Vapor Node sweatshirt or something. Maybe I'll do a giveaway with that sometime. They show the treasury wallet. They have a calculator kind of showing what your returns might be based on different prices. Then this is something unique I have not seen in other node projects is they have a referral program. So you know how I love my referral programs, obviously, as a YouTuber. So this link will be down in there. But they have this, so that's a good way to spread the word. And this is a good way for you to spread the word if you're wanting to share this with someone. This is a good place here. So, but to create your node, go to nodes, and then you can compound, you can claim, or you can go to create. And then for some reason it stresses me out naming nodes. I don't know why. I think because it doesn't mean anything, right? But they all have you do it pretty much, except for there might be a couple that don't, but there's my name. Node amount, you have to have a minimum of 1,000. You can put in the referral address of whoever referred you. I believe if you use the link, it probably puts that in automatically. And then you can continue, and your node's ready to go. And then you can see I've got 309,000 in there, and I have the diamond hand, so I've not claimed for 14 days. And so I've got this 1.4% daily APR. I don't get this because I'm bigger. I'm over the threshold for that. But when you're ready, you can have multiple nodes. And I was trying to think of reasons you might want to do that. But one is if there's like a certain percentage that you want the diamond hands on and a certain percentage that you want to claim regularly, you could do something like that. You could split this up half and half and let half compound and half you claim. I don't know. There's some unique things you could maybe work through with that. I know you could really get crazy and say you want, I think you can have a max of 5 nodes. So you could try to get that compound bonus on 4 of them. It's too much for me. I'm in too many projects to worry about stuff like that. But comment down below if you have secret strategy that works super well. For me, I just stick it in there. I will probably take profit at some point. I don't know when exactly. I do like that the Vapor Nodes team also has been, their community is good. I know the biggest holder of Vapor Nodes. I think he's the biggest holder. And when he sells, he likes to do it OTC because he wants to help the community and not hurt the price. So that's good when you have community. When the whales in a community want to help you, that's really good. So all in all, I think probably my favorite node project for starting out. If you were going to ask me with a smaller bag, what's the best node project to get into, I might say Vapor Nodes as of now. Now, as for the giveaway, we are giving away, this is from the Vapor team. I don't want to make it sound like it came from me. This is from the Vapor team to my audience, but they're giving away a 10,000 Vapor Nodes. That's about $500. And we're going to do the Gleam thing. So again, you watch the video, you tweet, you do all the things, and then I'll keep that open for maybe like a week or so, and then we'll give that away afterwards. So I hope this was helpful. Comment down below if you have any questions or thoughts on Vapor or on the team. I do try to read through the comments. I'm a bit behind because of Disney World, but I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate your support. Even if I don't answer a comment, just know that I appreciate you watching. And am always happy to talk to my audience. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.